Welcome back to another video. Streaming, Kaisenet. I could never in a million years be a streamer. Being a streamer to me is like one of those things where I would have to dumb myself down into a very, very smart or stupid person with a very low IQ. And I'm going to be one of those people that I can't be authentically like that stupid to get views and clout and clickbaiting and all that kind of stuff. And I do believe that it is a really low ball for your character as a person just to do something like that. I mean, personally, just seeing half of what's been going on with people just doing the stupidest things just to get a little bit of clout and just to get attention, because I used to do those stupid things when clout was a thing in high school, when it first was announced, it first really like came out. That word clout originated in 2018, and I remember people wearing Supreme and all kinds of stuff just to kind of put themselves like in that same realm as like, oh my God, I'm going to be a big person if I do something stupid. So that's always been around. I mean, the internet, of course, doing stupid things always been around, but clout chasing, I remember originating from 2018. I used to try to do that stuff, but let me tell you, it doesn't really get you anywhere. It's one of those things where you would act stupid, but then people won't really respect you. And most importantly, you won't really respect yourself because you're trying to reach an imaginary type of audience that, of course they will like you, but they won't respect you at the end of the day. And that's what happened to me. I was like that goofy kid doing Fortnite dances when season 1 Fortnite came out. I was doing a whole bunch of goofy shit and just to get attention, and I did get attention, but it wasn't the right attention. I wanted people to remember me for wanting to do something new. And when I did want to do something new and recreate and rebrand myself, it was an issue. People weren't really respecting the fact that I wanted to become a new character. And that was the old me, and this is the new me. So basically, what I'm saying with all this, it comes with a cost. Yes, you can act stupid for the time being, but then of course, you're going to be labeled as that stupid guy or that stupid streamer for a very long time. And I really don't see myself doing anything like this. I don't understand how anybody can do this kind of stuff, because being a streamer takes a lot of work, like a lot of work. Like, it's all glitz and glamours, but then everybody is struggling with the algorithm. Even the biggest YouTubers and a lot of people that I've grown up and I've seen and kind of start their channel, the algorithm really determines your success over the internet, and it has a big like factor in like how you're gonna like get yourself monetized out there. And of course, and clip farming, all kinds of tactics people will do to kind of keep that rotation going and the attention going around them. But at the same time, it's it's just nothing but clip farming nowadays. That's all you see when it comes to these these streamers, man. Like, these streamers are just doing clip farming and just doing a whole lot of goofy stuff just to get attention. But it's just how the just how low they're gonna go for it. I can't even describe in words just how crazy, a lot of the stuff they're gonna be doing. But they're going to be doing like, pranks, and one person, then they end up doing story times. Or, I just heard on, some guy, I can't think of his name, but he got cheated on with this girl. The girl cheated on the guy with her cousin. And that whole situation was just really bonkers to hear. But you hear a lot of like cheating stories off, or people getting played and done wrong, fake friends, and this fake atmosphere, and being in the streamer world. And the streamer world is not a world that you want to be in. It's like, looking up to the cool kids. I used to, when I was in high school, when I used to do all that goofy stuff, I used to think they were the coolest people on the planet. But then once you hang around them and then figure out the characteristics, you're like, these people are fucking terrible. All they do is just talk shit, snitch on one another, cheat behind each other's backs, fucking trying to, do each other wrong, don't give people money back, just scandalous shit. But on the surface, they look cool, but when you really within that, it's really like take and give, just take at that. It's not give and take, it's just you take and just see what you can do, what you can benefit, whose clout you can get off of, and everything like that. Just who can get the most attention, who can monetize the most out of that situation. And so that's what basically being a streamer is like. You're going to have to kiss a lot of ass and just do a lot of things that you don't want to do, but you have to in order to grow. And that's how it is in business too. Like if you work in certain companies, you would have to kiss ass and do a whole lot of shit that you don't feel like doing, like trying to be cool with everybody, knowing that mostly people that you don't relate to on a fundamental level, on a mental level, on a spiritual level. You don't relate to any of these people. They're terrible, but because you work with them and you need to move up and want to do greater things within that certain atmosphere that's orbit and circle, you would have to do those things. And then it makes you feel like complete shit. Like that energy, that high energy can only last for so long. It's like a rocket or a meter. Once when that thing runs out, it's a wrap. You're done. You're just gonna feel numb and not really feel good about yourself. Just having to do a lot of things in order to get somewhere that when you do get there, you're not gonna be fulfilled. You're not gonna be happy. You're gonna compare yourself to someone that doesn't have to do all that stuff, but it's genuine as a person, but still is able to attract just as much, not even more, or even more than what you are looking for. And so just I can't really fathom just how, pointless it is for me being a streamer. I couldn't imagine that. Just being a streamer is just terrible in this day and age. And it's just getting worse. And it's just, you gotta have this high energy, always gotta be doing the most, and always gotta be, walking out places and just acting the fool. And then, even if you do get famous, fucking people are gonna, try to turn their backs on you, stab you in the back. The majority of the time. That's what happens. You remember back in the days when you used to, all of us as kids or whatever, I'm gonna get rich and famous and be like the rappers or the movie stars where they got all the girls and the girls won't even dare think to do them wrong. Those days are fucking done. Man, it's like if you get famous and you think you're getting a whole bunch of chicks, they gonna try to find your ass and do you wrong, fucking say some say some crazy shit like, "Oh, he did this to me." Then you end up going to court, and then you got to do, just getting filed for some bullshit, and you're gonna have to deal with that shit. So it's just like can't be no behind the wall, and all it takes is that one person to fuck it up for everybody, and that's what goes on. It's just drama and people getting done wrong, and I don't understand like what the fuck can I benefit from this? And then that fake energy is something else. That shit to me is damn near demonic. And usually I don't use those big words, but it's something evil. It is something that I would even want to be around because it's everybody is scoping out for the weakness within you. So if you're a genuinely a good person, they will scope you out and try to exploit that as willing as possible. And it's one of those things where you have to really have a third eye and really be able to see past all that stuff because all these streamers are there for one thing, clout, and to be the best and the number one streamer. You know, it's like they're probably going to overthrow Kai Cenat or something like that at this damn point. They gonna be the biggest people. They're trying to be the biggest person ever, and then they're gonna try to overthrow Kai Cenat. It's like the same shit. Like in every movie where they get the emperor, and then the guy is like loyal until he waits until the very fucking Star Wars invader. They're gonna wait until the very last second till the emperor is at his weakest moment, and then they're gonna overthrow him, and then they're gonna try to take over, and so it's gonna be an endless cycle at that point. So no, I think being a streamer is, you're basically having to be a seller. And it's kind of sad seeing all this stuff. People trashing out everywhere, then staying out, and just for that one chance to be a streamer. And it's the hard work that goes into being a streamer. Like it's a lot of the work. Of course, them showing up and them being places, but showing up and them being there in New York or California, it shows that they're committed and it's hard work. But they're gonna expect a lot more. It's the characteristics of being consistent instead of waiting for that one thing to pop off. Because if you don't have that motion to keep you consistent, you will fall off. That's why, you may have videos that you may post that can get 1 million views or 1,000 likes, but can you get it for the next video and the next video and then the next video if it's gonna be consistent? It can't be just this one hit wonder, because that's not going to work. That's not consistent. You can't have one good paycheck and then all your other paychecks are going to be like shit. You can't do anything with that because it's going to be too inconsistent. So bottom line is, I just hope that everyone, and being a streamer, just being authentic, and a content creation, just being authentic. That's what it is, being an artist, and someone that's a creator. But thank you guys for listening to a little something. Hope you guys have a good one. You guys stay safe, and make sure you like and subscribe, and tell me how you feel in the comments about this situation. Thank you. Bye.